friends that my mom had. She exposed me to different cultures, spiritualities, ideas, and lifestyles. At times it was a bit weird, but it was priceless. I really couldn't imagine it any other way. She helped me see that there were others who were worse off than me. And I learned tolerance and empathy that has served me well as an adult. I was shown at an early age to respect and revere. Recently, we've had another loss in our family. My wife Angie's mom passed. She was in Mexico developing properties for our family. Alicia Baldinegro was another great lady. She was very strong in her convictions, like my mom, and she was an earth-bound angel, always helping people that needed to be helped. Alicia was a pioneering spirit, very much like my mother, who didn't like to be told that it couldn't be done. I always enjoyed seeing Angie's mom and my mom hanging out and talking. They were similar in many ways, different in a lot of ways. Both will be missed. Please keep Angie's family in your thoughts and prayers as they continue to grieve the loss of my mother. Growing up, we were an active family. We spent time camping, backpacking, motorcycle riding in the desert, road trips in the car, and a bunch of other things that an on-the-run type family does. My mom would carry a full pack when we trucked to the Sierras on multiple day trips. And I always figured I'd be a man when I could carry the same pack my mom would carry. One time on the John Muir Trail in the high Sierras, my sister fell on the trail and cut her head pretty bad. Her and I were walking in front of our parents, and I ran back screaming bloody murder. And my dad came down and fixed my sister. He dressed her wound. He carried her on his back while my mom carried my dad's pack and her pack. We were 2 days out, and we made it back to the car one afternoon. And that's the way it went. Whatever needed to get done, got done. Overall, I was a good kid. Hard to believe. Like I said, I was the majority of source for my mom's gray hair. One time out in the boonies in the Mojave Desert, we were camping with Grandma and Grandpa Neff. And I came in for lunch. I was riding by myself, and I had fallen and cut my hand, poked myself with a yucca. And I was bleeding. And I came in and showed Grandma and my mom, "Hey, look, I got bit by a squirrel." So they both went white, got all worked up. I knew immediately that I was in deep trouble. So I told them that I didn't get bit, I just fell. I don't remember what my punishment was, but I know they took it easy on me. Probably deserved worse. Growing up, our family also had no electricity at night. We'd make dinner and eat by candlelight. Afterwards, we'd play some sort of game and leave the TV and the lights off. I griped about it a bit, about staying inside all night with my friends or so out front playing. But then I got lost in all the fun we had. I continued to enjoy hanging out with my mom as I got older. We worked together for a short time in juvenile hall. It was nice to follow in her shadow there. She earned the respect of the kids and staff, and I was an unintended beneficiary of it. It was easy to see why she was liked by everybody there. Fair but firm, and always urging the kids to do better. I was proud to be Ms. Weir's son. We were roommates twice. We both survived that. As much as we're the same, we're also quite different. I look back at those times with warm memories. I feel lucky to have a mom who I could do that with and enjoy it. Music tied us from the start. We enjoyed the same diversity in music as other parts of our life. I'm glad to be exposed to it by her. We'd always talk about who's doing what or where somebody's playing or how much fun we go see them. We'd swap biographies of bands and musicians. My mom took me to my first concert. we saw Boz Scaggs back in the Universal Amphitheater when it was open and they still let it play it loud. We continued going to different events, sharing our mutual love for music. She met my wife Angie for the first time at a Robert Cray concert that she invited us to. John Lee Hooker and Ron Cooder were there that night, so we had a good time. That was a great evening. We enjoyed all the bands at the county fair. My mom was a lot of fun. I'm very proud of your son. Her conversations with people revolved around love and support. She would tell me that she would tell them if they wanted help, it was there for them. She personally helped those she could and refer those who she wasn't able to help personally. My mom lived by a strong sense of family. Mom worked shift work at the probation agency, whether it was juvenile hall or furlough. And there was many Christmases and many Thanksgivings where we wouldn't have her with us for just a few hours because she was going to cover somebody's shift, usually a young family that they needed to be home. And I always thought that was a very cool thing to do. I'm very proud of her for doing that. She began a yearly tradition some time ago at the work furlough program out in Camarillo. She started asking the inmates to donate their coins for the Salvation Army's bell ringer program. She would put a can on the desk and have everybody fill it up with their spare change. And then she'd take it all and make the donation to the bell ringer program. Of the many things she taught me, I learned to hate the war, but not hate the warrior. While my dad was working during the day building missiles for the government, for the Navy, my mom was marching the streets, protesting the war. She made the front page of the newspaper. My mom taught me to respect the person who is serving or has served, and that they deserve their due honor. She wore her POW bracelets in hope and remembrance of those fallen during her service. I'd like to share with you one of her favorite quotes. Don't compromise yourself. You're all you've got. That was Janis Joplin. My mom loved Janis Joplin. My thoughts and prayers and positive energy go out to all of you. Once again, I appreciate you coming, taking time to be with us. It really means a lot to us. If there's anybody here who would like to speak and say some kind, warm words, we're all family. If we were all as cavalier as Kyle, who, when he was talking to my sister about playing, he asked her if he could also tell some jokes. I thought Grandma thought that would be cool. And I would have been fair. So if anybody has just a few things to say, maybe you just want to say how you met my mom, a certain thing that you remember, or just to share a kind thought, please feel free.